You gonna come get it? Huh? No. You gonna come get it, Hannah? Huh? No? Okay. All right. Well, I tried. All right. So sit comfortably. And just start taking some nice focused breaths. Feel the length of the breath as it travels all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. And contraction as you exhale. Feel how the breath moves side to side in the lungs. Feel the side ribs expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. And then feel the breath move front to back. Most of the breathing we do throughout the day is in the front portion of the lungs. So it's good to do some focused breathing where we feel the expansion on all the sides of the lungs. And then feel all of that at once. The up and down, the side to side, and front to back. Go ahead and bow your head. Open your eyes. Lift your head. And bring your arms up. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up and press. Nice. Lower your arms and twist to your right. Bring the arms back up as you come to center. And twist to your left. Face the front. Stretch your legs out. Squeeze your quadriceps. Bring the soles of the feet together for bound angle pose. No fuzzies on my feet. All right, and then stretch the legs back out. Cross the shins and roll over to all fours. Let's do some movements of the spine with cat and cow. On the inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest and heart forward as you come into cow pose. And exhale, press the hands into the floor and round out your spine in cat. A few more times, inhaling into cow pose, exhaling cat. Do one more. Good. Now we'll get in a little twist while we're here. So take your left hand and move it under, or your left hand and arm, and move it under the right arm and place the left side of your face on the floor. You can press the right hand into the floor, and that'll give you a little bit more rotation. And you can also press the back of your left arm into the floor. Let's see how that feels. Good. So now press your right hand into the floor to come up and out. And we'll switch sides. Right arm going underneath the left. Right side of your face rests on the floor. Pressing either the left hand into the floor for more rotation or the back of the right arm. Good. And then press that left hand into the floor to unwind. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Curl your toes under and press the hips up and back for downward dog. Walk the dog by alternately bending the knees. Go ahead and straighten both knees. Bend both knees and walk your feet to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. And then bring your arms all the way up. And hands to the heart. Take the arms behind you and interlace your fingers. Roll the chest open and reach the knuckles down towards the floor as you lift the heart up. Feel free to bow the chin towards the chest. Good, and then let the hands release. Give a little shake. Good. All right. Sweep your arms up. Fold forward. Come into half forward fold. And bow into forward fold. Come all the way up, inhale. Hands to your heart. One more like that. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Come into half forward fold. And exhale to forward fold. Come all the way back up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Release your hands down by your sides. Go ahead and get one block. Place the block between the hands. And so the whole surface of your palm is on the block. Yeah, like that. And the fingers are straight. Very good. All right. Now to avoid taking any of this in the lower back, it's going to be important that you're engaging your abdominals through this whole thing. Okay? So ground down through your feet. Go ahead and engage your abdominals. Reach your arms forward and squeeze against the block. Keep a good mindful attention on those abdominals and start to slowly bring your arms up and overhead. Squeezing the block. It's not a big deal how high or how far you go with the block. This is to really warm up the arms. Keep the breath nice and fluid. And then lower the arms all the way down. Whew. Give the shoulders a little shrug. That's fun, isn't it? All right, take your block behind you So now I'm just holding on to it. I'll turn around in case you need to look. I'm just holding the block, not squeezing it anymore. I have the fingers wrapped around. And let your shoulders roll open and reach the block down for the floor. Again, being mindful of the abdominals, engaged, start to lift your arms away from the floor to any degree they'll go. And then bow the chin towards the chest. All right, lower the block. Whew. Yeah. All right, so set your block down. And we're gonna come all the way up with the arms. Inhaling, exhale, come to forward fold. Inhale, come to half forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees and step your left foot back. All right, so we can have the hands on the blocks or the floor. Slowly bend your back knee. Take it as close to the floor as you can without touching the floor. Just get it really close. And then straighten the back knee. Ooh, and reach through that back heel. Hug the abdominals in. Nice. Move those blocks off to the side and step back to downward dog. Bend the knees quite a bit here and really move the chest back towards the thighs. This will give the shoulders a nice stretch and the upper back. And then straighten the knees. Yay. And there go the hamstrings. Come to plank pose. Plank pose, plank pose, plank pose. Push into the floor. And then lower the knees down. Come all the way to the belly. We're going to come into locust pose with the arms beside you, palms facing your body. So you'll lift your torso away from the floor. And then maybe lift your legs. Only lift the legs if it doesn't bother your lower back. Lower down. You can rest your head on your forearms if you like. All right, one more time in locust pose, this time interlacing the fingers behind your back. So interlace the fingers behind you. Lift your torso and reach your knuckles way back towards your feet. Ah, feel good. Lower down. Place the hands on the floor. Engage your abs. Make your way back to downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that on the left. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Bend the knees, right foot steps back. Nice little lunge here. Slowly start to bend the back knee, but go slow, slower than you want to. Okay? Ooh, it's like it's slowly sinking through quicksand or something, or slow sand. Get it really close to the floor, and then straighten that right knee. Ah. That's the magic, isn't it? All right, that's good. Let's go back to down dog. Come forward to plank pose. Push those hands into the floor. And lower the knees, and then the legs, the belly, come all the way down. And then we'll lift into locust pose again with the arms behind you, fingers interlaced. Lift your chest, maybe your legs. All right, and then place the hands on the floor. Let's go back to down dog. And walk your feet forward. Uttanasana. Forward fold. And come all the way up. Inhale. Bring the arms behind you as you exhale. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders open and lift your arms a little bit. Remember to hug those belly muscles close to the body. Lower your arms. Ooh, give a little shake. All right. So let's get the belt. These are the long ones. This is a good way to do it so it doesn't get twisted. You can step on the middle. So we're going to make a little loop here. And we're gonna have the loop so that it is shoulder distance apart. That's a little wide. If your shoulders are on the really, really tight side, you can have it a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. What I typically do is put it around the wrists and then put my arms to the sides. And that's a good measurement. We have these 8-foot belts with this big long tail. Too early for this, Sheila. All right, they're there, almost. All right. So here we are. Just like we did with the block, except it's gonna be a little different. With the block, we squeezed in against the block. Now we're gonna press out against the belt, okay? So ground down through your feet, engage your abs, lift your arms so that they're parallel to the floor. Reach the fingertips forward and then start taking your arms slowly above you. Stopping when you feel the resistance in the shoulders. Because what we don't want to do is compromise and do this big old back bend just so that we can get our arms up higher. Keep those abdominals active. All right, lower the arms. Woo-wee. Then we'll take the belt behind. So it's still on the wrists. Whoopsie, there we go. So it's behind, yeah, like that. Looks good. Palms are facing each other, thumbs are forward, pinkies are back. And start to lift your arms, pressing out against the belt. So instead of squeezing against the block, we're pressing out against the belt. And then you can take the chin towards the chest. Reach out through the fingers. Lower the arms. That feels so good. All right. So I can't imagine anything more fun than incorporating the block and the belt when we go into a lunge. Can you imagine anything more fun?
I'm trying to think of something.
All right. Well, you weren't fast enough, so we're going to do the lunge. So leave your right foot forward, and we're going to step the left foot back, right? So take your time to get set up in a nice high lunge, right? If it's better for your balance to be in a low lunge, because we're going to be doing some arm variations, if it's better to be in a low lunge, then pick low lunge. All right. So now that we're in our lunge, get your block. All right, and squeeze against it and reach those arms forward. Engage your abs. This is going to challenge the balance, so the arms might not go as high. Take your arms up best you can. You might just be squeezing against the block with the arms in front of you, and that's fine. And then take the arms down, and then the block behind. Holding the block, lift the arms up behind you. All right, thigh would like to stop now. So let's put the block down and step the left foot forward, right? Hang out and forward fold for a few breaths. Don't you wish you would have thought of something more fun?
Yeah. I'll be quicker this time.
Okay. So let's set up in lunge on the left side. Take your time so that you establish your stance first, right? Even if that means you're in a low lunge. Both lunges are great. Knee off the floor, knee on the floor. They stretch different areas, so they're both good. And both of these variations really challenge your balance. You might be noticing that already though. All right, so block out in front, and this might be enough, right? You don't have to raise them any higher than this. And then you have the option of taking the arms up. Belly is lifting, hugging in and lifting. Lower your arms and take the block behind you. Shoulders nice and open, lift the arms. Lovely. Place that block down, and then we'll come to forward fold. Take a couple breaths here. All right. Set up in lunge on the right again. Yay! This time I'm going to do it in a low lunge just to mix things up. And so I can cushion my knee, I'm going to fold my neck. There we go. I don't have my blocks or my blankets over here. Okay, so now we have the belt. And you're pressing out against the belt. Yep. And start taking the arms up and overhead. And then lower the arms. Take it behind you. Press out against the belt and lift your arms. Lift your arms, lift your belly, lift your heart, lift the corners of your mouth. Oh, that's special. Okay, let go with that, and we're going to switch sides. I'm not moving as fast as I was when we started. All right. Okay. Lunge on the left. Here we go. Engage your abs. Press out against the belt. Take your arms up. Good stuff. And then take the arms down and bring the belt behind and lift the arms. And if at any point the lunge just gets to be too long, you should come out. Let's be on your knees or standing on your feet. One more big breath. Nice. Let the belt go. Place it beside your mat. And let's make our way back to downward dog. Bend the knees quite a bit and move the chest towards the thighs and just feel your shoulders. Straighten the knees. And come onto your bellies. One last time, locust pose. This time you have the option, if you want, to use the belt behind your back. It'll take a little bit of coordination. So I recommend lying down on your belly all the way, face down and everything. and then getting that belt behind you. That way you're not in a back bend and twisting around to get the belt on. All right, and then we'll lift up into locust. Lifting those arms, upper body, maybe the legs. Reach the fingertips way back so that we're keeping the shoulders away from the ears. All right, lower down. Whew. Release that belt. Now hands under the shoulders and press your hips back to child's pose. Now I slide the hands under the shoulders and press into the floor to come up. Now we're going to come onto our backs. Bring the belt and the loop with you. I'm going to turn to the side. Are you going to turn to this? Do you mind?
No.
Or do you want to stand? Okay. All right. We didn't rehearse this. So you want to make sure that when the belt is on your foot, on your right foot, that the tail points down. That way, if you need to shorten the belt, all you do is pull on the tail. Okay? So lying on your backs, put the belt around the head of the right heel and stretch your left leg out. There we go. And then if you need the belt loop any shorter, you just pull. There we go. And the hands are just resting on that belt loop like it's a little ledge. This makes it a lot easier on the hands, especially the gripper muscles, those flexors. Makes it a lot easier on those. You're just able to keep nice straight arms and relaxed shoulders. This is one of Rodder's favorite stretches. This is really good though for keeping the lower back nice and happy when we stretch those hammies out. Sure. Okay, is that better? All right, so now we'll shimmy like we did the other day. We'll shimmy the belt towards the ball of the foot and pull down a little more. Oh, yes. Woo. That's for the cats. They love this one. Takes all the focus off the hamstrings. Not all of it. All right, so let's switch sides. You can take the left foot up and lower the right leg. Is it jumping for joy? Straight. So you want to practice with a nice straight left knee. There we go. That's better. Then shimmy the belt to the ball of the left foot. Oh yeah. That right there. That's the money maker. This is what keeps them coming back. All right. All right, you can let that go. Give the knees a nice little hug into the chest. Just roll around on your lower back. Give it some love, a little massage. And we'll do a bent knee twist. In this variation, you have the knees bent, feet on the floor. Cross the right thigh bone on top of the left thigh bone. So it's like if you were going to sit down in a chair and cross your legs. Yeah. And then drop both knees to the right. Yeah, that's right. So the inside edge of the left foot will probably be on the floor. If you have knee pain here, then you could try a couple things. One would be to put a block underneath the left knee, between the inside of the knee and the floor. Number two would be, I can't think, probably either come out a little bit or check to see that you're flexing the left toes towards the left shin. And number three would be come out and do a different variation of that knee twist. All right, so let's release that. And we'll switch sides. Put both feet on the floor so you can even out your torso. Cross the left thigh over the right and drop the knees to the left. Oh, that feels good. All right, unwind from that. Put both feet on the floor, knees bent. Maybe hug the knees one more time. And then we'll set up for Shavasana. Just like that. Oh, yeah, she's already in Shavasana. Oh, so just spread out on your mat. Feel the breath slowing down, getting softer. And I know you've probably heard this instruction pretty often, but I like to remind us one way to help release tension from the shoulders is to visualize that tension leaving, so draining, if you will, from the shoulders out through the palms of the hands. If you feel any tension in the lower back or belly or hips, just allow that tension to exit through the soles of your feet. And now take a nice deep breath. Bend the knees and place your feet on the floor. Rock your knees from side to side. Roll over to one side. Press your hands into the floor. Come up to a seated position. Well, another day closer to when we can be back together. Thanks for joining us, Roger. Thank you, ladies, for joining. I'll close the class and then unmute. Namaste.